Good morning, class. I'm Syafhika Rosilatu Zahra. Today we're tackling persuasive text. What does that even mean? Simply put, it's writing designed to convince someone to believe something or take a specific action. Think about it. Every time you try to convince a friend to do something, you're using persuasive techniques. Persuasive text aims to convince the reader to adopt a particular viewpoint or take a specific action. It uses various techniques to influence the audience, appealing to logic, emotion, and credibility to make a compelling argument. Examples include advertisements, political speeches, and opinion essays. Persuasive writing uses various techniques. We have ethos, appealing to credibility, pathos, appealing to emotion, and logos, appealing to logic and reason. Ethos, the appeal to credibility. Ethos centers on establishing trust and credibility with your audience. It's about convincing them that you are a reliable and knowledgeable source of information. This can be achieved in several ways. Expert opinions. Quoting or referencing recognized experts in the field lends significant weight to your claims. For example, in an argument about climate change, citing research from leading climatologists strengthens your position. Testimonials. Sharing positive experiences from satisfied customers or users adds a personal touch and builds confidence. Think of product reviews. A glowing testimonial from a real person can be highly persuasive. Pathos, the appeal to emotion. Pathos taps into the audience's emotions to create a connection and foster empathy. It's about evoking feelings that resonate with your message. Emotional language. Using evocative language, vivid descriptions, and powerful imagery can stir emotions. Words like heartbreaking, inspiring, or urgent can create a strong emotional response. Storytelling. Sharing personal anecdotes or compelling narratives can connect with the audience on a human level, making your message more relatable and memorable. Visuals. Images, videos, and other visuals can powerfully evoke emotions. A picture of a starving child, for example, can be far more impactful than a simple statistic about poverty. Appealing to values. Connecting your message to the audience's deeply held values, such as justice, fairness, or family, can create a strong emotional response. Logos, the appeal to logic and reason. Logos relies on logic, reason, and evidence to persuade the audience. It's about presenting a clear, well-structured argument supported by facts. Facts and statistics. Using verifiable data, statistics, and research findings provides concrete evidence to support your claims. Logical reasoning. Employing logical structures like deductive or inductive reasoning helps build a coherent and persuasive argument. Cause and effect analysis. Demonstrating clear cause and effect relationships between events strengthens your argument. Analogies and examples. Using analogies and real-world examples can make complex ideas more accessible and understandable. Blending the appeals. Effective persuasive writing doesn't rely solely on one appeal. Instead, it skillfully weaves together ethos, pathos, and logos to create a multifaceted and compelling argument. A strong argument might begin by establishing the speaker's credibility, ethos, then use emotional storytelling to connect with the audience, pathos, and finally present logical evidence to support the claims, logos. By strategically combining these appeals, you can create a persuasive message that resonates deeply with your audience and achieves its intended purpose. Other benefits that we can get from learning persuasive text. Communication. Persuasive writing helps you communicate your ideas effectively, making your point clear and convincing others to see your perspective. This is crucial in all forms of communication, whether it's a simple request or a complex argument. Problem solving and decision making. When presenting solutions to problems, persuasive arguments are vital. They help you justify your proposed solution, convince stakeholders, and secure buy-in. This applies to personal decisions as well as large-scale projects. Influence and leadership. Effective persuasion is a key element of leadership. Leaders use persuasive communication to inspire, motivate, and guide their teams toward shared goals. It's about building consensus and influencing positive change. Marketing and sales. In the commercial world, persuasive writing is essential for marketing and sales. Advertising, product descriptions, and sales pitches all rely on persuasive techniques to attract customers and drive sales. This includes online marketing campaigns and traditional advertising. Education and advocacy. Persuasive writing plays a critical role in education and advocacy. Teachers use it to engage students, while advocates employ it to raise awareness, influence policy, and drive social change. This extends to raising awareness about social issues and campaigning for better policies. Negotiation and conflict resolution. Persuasion is a cornerstone of successful negotiation. Being able to articulate your position persuasively, understand the other party's viewpoint, and find common ground is crucial for resolving conflicts and reaching mutually beneficial agreements. Personal growth. Mastering persuasive writing skills enhances your ability to express yourself confidently and achieve your goals. It empowers you to advocate for your needs, build relationships, and navigate various situations more effectively. Here are the characteristics of persuasive text. Clear. Thesis statement. A persuasive text always has a main argument that is clearly stated at the beginning or end. This forms the basis of the entire text. Emotional language. Persuasive texts often use words that evoke emotions in the reader, such as words that express fear, sadness, happiness, or pride. The goal is to influence the reader's feelings and increase engagement. Evidence and facts. While using emotion, good persuasive texts also support their arguments with valid evidence and facts. This makes the argument more credible and convincing. Logical structure. The sentences and paragraphs in a persuasive text are arranged logically and systematically. This makes it easier for the reader to follow the flow of the argument and understand the author's intent. Call to action. Persuasive texts usually end with a call to action, encouraging the reader to do something in line with the argument, for example, buying a product, donating money, or changing behavior. Persuasive language. The use of persuasive words such as immediately, don't miss out, limited, exclusive, free, and so on, is common in persuasive texts to influence the reader. Use of rhetorical devices. Persuasive texts often use rhetorical devices such as metaphors, similes, hyperbole, and repetition to make the text more engaging and memorable. Specific target audience. The writer of a persuasive text targets a specific audience, adapting the language style and content to match the reader's characteristics. Here are a few examples of persuasive texts in English, categorized by their primary appeal: ethos, pathos, logos, along with explanations. Example 1. Advertisement for a skincare product, pathos and logos. Text. Reveal your most radiant self with luminous skin. Imagine waking up every morning with skin that's smooth, clear, and glowing. Luminous Skin's unique formula, clinically proven to reduce wrinkles and blemishes by up to 70%, uses natural ingredients to nourish and rejuvenate your skin. See the visible difference. Experience the luminous skin glow. Explanation. Pathos, emotional appeal. The text uses evocative language, radiant self, smooth, clear, and glowing, to create a desirable image and tap into the reader's desire for beautiful skin. The phrase "imagine waking up" directly engages the reader's imagination and emotions. Logos, logical appeal. The claim, clinically proven to reduce wrinkles and blemishes by up to 70%, provides a quantifiable result, lending credibility to the product's effectiveness. The mention of natural ingredients appeals to a growing preference for natural products. Example 2, fundraising letter for a charity, ethos and pathos. Text. For over 30 years, the Hope Foundation has been a beacon of hope for children in need. We provide food, shelter, and education to children living in poverty-stricken areas. Your generous donation will directly impact a child's life, providing them with the opportunity to break the cycle of poverty and build a brighter future. See the difference you can make. donate today. Explanation. Ethos, credibility. The statement, for over 30 years, establishes the charity's long-standing reputation and trustworthiness. Pathos, emotional appeal. The description of children living in poverty